Hiya folks, Christmas is here once again, and one thing we do at Christmas is what?
Eat.
What,
a lot.
What are we making which we don't normally buy, baby?
Cheese straws.
Cheese straws. Not something you get throughout the year, but this time we're making our own. You can buy them, but home has got to be best, doesn't it?
Of course it is.
Happy days. Right, well it's a nice simple one, this one, so you can interpret it exactly how you want. We're doing it with 2 lots of cheese. You can add whatever cheese you like. You can even add some Stilton to it, Sharon.
Yeah, do it to your tastes.
And these are the ingredients.
Here are the ingredients to our cheese straws. 2 packets of ready-made puff pastry. We're using 2 cheeses, some extra mature cheddar and some red Leicester cheese. 1 egg and some bagel seasoning.
So as you can see, we've bought this puff pastry. We've just been down to Tesco's, haven't we? Normally we go to Lidl's. This was £1.75 in Tesco's, wasn't it? Which we wouldn't normally buy, but because we was in Tesco's and nowhere near a Lidl does it for £1.09. So it's the same thing, just depends where you get them from. So we're just using this one for the moment. So this is it already. This is puff pastry, and you can make your own. Sharon makes her own on many occasions, but
short crust.
Short crust. So puff pastry is a lot of work. You might as well just buy it, folks. So we've got 2 rolls of this, so let's get this out, and it's already pre-rolled, as you can see. It comes in a nice square shape, which will be handy for us making these cheese straws. Right, so we've got them laid out, but depending on the size of your air fryer, folks, as you know, we've got the Kasori there with the much larger tray in there, our 2-drawer Ninja. Today we're going to be using the Ninja, by the way, so we need them to be a certain length, because obviously they've got to be able to fit in the drawer. So this is the crisper tray that sits inside our Ninja, and all we're basically going to do is just basically measure where to cut them. So we're looking probably about there, Sharon, aren't we? So we'll get our pizza wheel out, which is the easiest way to cut pastry we found, folks, and just cut that out in a nice straight line. In a sort of straight line, folks.
Oh,
yeah, of course. So right, we won't waste that. We'll use that again. Yeah, and she'll do exactly the same now with that one. Zoom along, go on. You ain't got to go slow, baby. It's only pastry. Another downhill one, folks. Look at that, look. So we now know that that is the size of our pastry that's going to fit inside our Ninja.
And you all know Sharon can't do a straight line.
So she's just going to take our egg now, because what we're going to do is give them an egg wash on both sides, folks. One of these will sit on top of the other one. In fact, I can have a little go at that, can't I? So I'm just going to get this now and liberally put plenty on, folks. You want to cover this, because the reason why we do this, a lot of people don't do this, is to help the cheese stick, so that when you roll them up, or when you sort of create your cheese straw, when you put the other layer on top, it helps them stick together, and when you twist them up, there will be more chance of them staying together. So that's the reason why we put the egg wash on like this. Brilliant. Okay, so you can have that, and I'll come around and grab the camera while you do the other bit. Okay folks, so now it's time to get this cheese. We've got red Leicester here, and we're just going to put a layer of that on. Make sure you cover the whole thing. You want to be really tasting the cheese. Some people put Parmesan in here as well, Sharon. Put plenty in. Make sure you go to the edges, baby. So that's the red Leicester, and we're also going in, folks. Right, so she's just going to sprinkle that now, folks, as well over the top. So we're going to, say, put plenty on, because you want to be tasting the cheese, because they are called cheese strings after all. Right, so that's it. Just make sure it's all level. And then all Sharon's going to do now is to take the top layer, folks, and literally just lay it on top. Let me hold that, look. Just lay it on top of the other one. And now you want to just flatten it down. Make sure you got him level, look. Give it a good press down, then get your rolling pin out and just roll it a bit flatter, folks. Not increase the length of it, but just roll it flatter. Okay, folks, so that's that. So then we're going to get our cutter. So Sharon's just going to literally cut nice thin ones now. All the way down. And we're literally cut through the pastry and make our cheese straws like this. You can do them thicker if you want, folks, but we find that the thinner ones do tend to turn out better. So just keep going with that, and then we'll come back to you when we've cut these. Right, there you go, folks. So that's the cheese straws literally created now. Because we're putting these in our Ninja, folks, Sharon's just going to get a liner and just just wrap it round. Look. just to make life a little bit easier. And then we'll place them long ways. After you've twisted them, you're twisting them as well, and then lay them on. There we go, look at that. So we'll just lay them and twist them on at the same time, folks, until we've got them on there. Just leaving a little bit of a gap in between. There you go, just pushing them little corners down, folks. That'll keep them in place while they're cooking, you see. Okay, so right, what we're gonna do now is literally just give them a light coating of egg wash, folks. Just so that we're gonna sprinkle afterwards some of these sesame seed or this bagel sesame flavouring. This has got everything in it, folks. Don't get this one if you're on eBay, on Amazon. I'll put a link down to a cheaper one. This one's about £10, believe it or not. But there is one that's half the price of this, and it's basically the same. So we're going to be using this because we got it in the cupboard anyway. Okay, baby, so you're just going to do a little bit of sprinkling now. This, you don't have to do this. This is just extra flavour. Okay, there we go. And that's one batch done. They can go in the air fryer now.
I'll let you put them in and I'll continue with that tray.
So folks, because that can be quite awkward to get in to your air fryer again, if you use our little silver foil trick, which we've shown you in the past, you can make sure it goes in a lot easier by just doing the air fryer trick. And then just push it, once it's in, just sort of push it down like that. That's them in the air fryer. Just makes life a little bit easier using that metal silver foil lift out, so to speak. So let's put that one in. Okay folks, so we'll stick them in there like that. So we're going to press match. We're going to take the thing up to bake. The reason why we're putting it on bake, folks, is because the fan speed is lower, but we want to raise the temperature up to 200 degrees, and then we'll set the time, let's say for 10 minutes, and then we'll take a look at them. So we'll just do that, and we'll come back to them in a minute. In the meantime, Sharon's just preparing the other ones. If you want to put them in the fridge, you can put them in the fridge to go a bit more solid, folks, and then we'll do some little things with these end bits of pastry. How about that? We'll work on that one afterwards, Sharon. Right, so that's the other batch waiting to go in, folks. So Sharon's just going to put them in the fridge just to chill down a little bit. And now we've got these little bits here. So what are we going to do with these? Why these are little offcuts? Right, a little bit of egg wash. Okay, so we're going to try and use that. We've got a bit of this cheese left, folks, so she's just going to do some little pillows, I think, aren't you?
Like little raviolis.
Yeah, like little raviolis.
Some red Leicester.
Nice little raviolis, folks. Look at that.
Just to use this up, really.
Just the end bits, folks, look.
These are chef's perks, as you always say, aren't they? Chef's
perks. I do like a chef perk. There we go. So a little bit of that there, folks. Then we're going to bring that one over on top and just seal them in. Just pinch them all up, folks. It don't matter. Just pinch them all up. I'm even having a go. Look, I'm getting involved. I'll do a bit of egg wash then. Go on. I want to get involved. Sure. I want it full metal jacket, baby. Oh, look at them.
Sort of see where your lumps are of cheese.
These are, as I say, these are the chef perks, folks. Plenty on there, Cher. Right, you ready? Right, you watch me, folks. I'm going in with this full metal jacket, look. Straight down the middle, look. Straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. How about that? No messing about with a knife. Oh, I see what you're doing there, baby.
That tells us what was what.
Look at that.
Well, not that you're going to know when the cheese is cooked, are you?
Cher, I could eat with my eyes closed, mate, and I know exactly what one's what. They might be better than the cheese straw, Sharon. Hey.
Something new, isn't it?
Something new. Look at them, folks. Look, little pockets. We call them raviolis. We've just invented that. Cheese ravioli.
Sharon and Martin's Butler's Empire's ravioli.
Yeah, how about that?
Ravioli.
Savoury ravioli bites. How about that? So yeah, folks, I'm actually quite looking forward to having a go at them myself. We got a bit of cheese left there. Oh, come on, Sharon, let's have a bit of cheese. We do love a bit of cheese, don't we?
Red Leicester to me, there's no flavour.
Right, folks, we're on the final countdown. Let's have a little look. 5 seconds, 4, here we go. We're going to be looking at these together, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a little look. Oh, Sharon. Look at them little babies. Let's have a look at these ones. Oh, yeah. Look. Oh, Sharon, they look fantastic, don't they? Right, we're just going to let them cool down for a second, folks, before we try and lift this hot thing out. But that's where this comes in handy as well, you see. So let's get them out, and then we're going to lay them on a cooling tray because we don't want them to overcook or get soggy. So we're going to take them out now. There we go. Oh, look at them, look. Look at them, folks. You've got to love the look at them, look.
Like that.
Yeah. Just take that bit hot, babe. Be careful. Mind your hands, Sharon. There we go. And we'll do the same with this ones, folks. Because don't forget, we've still got another batch to go in. So Sharon's just using her tongs. Can you see how much easier it is getting it out with that piece of silver foil folded over, folks? So we're not going to touch these now until they actually cool off. Because they could be all floppy, Sharon. And we don't want that. They're not floppy, are they? Just whack your tray in first, folks. Again, different ways we're learning as well. So now we've got the tray in, we can put our little bits of pillows of joy back in there now. And we'll just lay them in there, folks. There we go. So I'm going to put that in, folks. And again, I'm going to put that on for bake setting, down to 10 minutes. And the temperature wants to be up to 200. We've already sussed that out. And we just press the play button to make it start cooking. And our last batch we'll do in a second, folks. So there we go. We'll let them cool down and then we'll have a little taste test. So if yours do get a little bit stuck, folks, to the bottom, just get a knife or a palette knife underneath from one end.
It's just where the cheese has got
Yeah, it's just the cheese that's got stuck together. So it does happen. Just get your palette knife underneath, look. Just run the knife underneath it and it pulls straight off. How about that, look? So just let them cool off a bit first before you do that. And there we go. I bet people don't show you that. You normally don't see that, do you? So just to show you me, the novice, folks, doing it as well. So I come from a slightly different angle than Sharon. I come from the side there, as you can see. Look, just run it down the side. And these are still warm, to be honest with you. But there you go. That at the bottom there, folks, they're not raw at all. That's because we've crusted them out. Although you probably could turn them over and do them again, Sharon, couldn't you? Mm. If you wanted to, folks. But we don't mind them like that because there is a lot of oil in these things. So, yeah, it depends how you want them. Just lay that on there. And again, look, just run the knife underneath. And they come off a treat, look. Happy days. I'll tell you what we'll do with these three, folks. We'll turn them over. We'll just put them into the other air fryer. So I'm just going to put these ones in again, folks, upside down. We're doing a little bit of an experiment here to find out the best way. So we'll just lay them ones upside down. There's three in there like that. And we'll just see if they cook out on the other side as well, in which case what we'll do, we'll turn them over halfway. That's what we probably should do, but let's have a go. I'm going to put them on the bake setting, again 200 degrees, and I'm just going to do them for 5 minutes now on the bake setting. So there we go. We'll give them ones a go at that. There's them little creamy puffs, folks, look. There's them ones we've done there, look. They've got another 4 minutes to go. In fact, should we turn them over, Sharon? Should we turn them over while we're there? See, the underside is cooked on them, folks, look. We should have done the other side first. I'll just turn 2 of them over, folks, and let them finish cooking and just see how they turn out. That's halfway through, basically. A little bit of an experiment, baby, isn't it?
It sure is.
But look at them, though. They look absolutely fantastic, folks. Okay, folks, virtually time now. We're going to have a little look at these ones that were turned upside down. Oh, look at them. They have crisped up nicely, baby. That is them done on both sides, folks. Look at that. So, yeah, that's a lovely crispy outer on all sides there. So turn them upside down halfway. Could be the way to go. If you like them totally crispy all over. And looking at these ones here, this was the ones that weren't revolved. But to be honest with you, they're just as good, Shell. Although they're not, as I say, crispy all round. But the bottom's a lot flatter on these ones. These are puffed up a lot more, Sharon, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you do what you want, folks. We've just shown you 2 methods there. Now let's have a little look at this one. These are the little puffy pads. Oh, look at them, Sharon. And as you can see, we did turn 2 over there, folks. So the bottom has puffed up as well. We'll have a look at the bottom of these 2 here in a second. Let's get them out first. Right, so one of the things, that's the one which we turned over, Sharon, wasn't it? And as you can see, you've got a lovely crispy bottom there. That one, unfortunately, it did stick to the bottom, so but as you can see, the other side is done perfectly as well. The ones that we didn't turn over have got a sort of a not fully set bottom, so to speak. So it depends how you like them. Some could say that the pastry probably might need cooking a little bit more.
I'd put them, do you know what, I'd put them in now, because no, they're not going to stick, because that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, so probably if you're going to do them and just cook the bottoms, just turn them over, put them back in the air fryer. So we'll just drop them back in. Now we know that the cheese isn't going to melt anymore, folks, because it's lovely and coloured. We'll just put them back in, just for a couple of minutes. And we're going to just do it on air fry, I think. We'll just whack it on air fry and just press start. We're not going to put them on for 20 minutes. We're only going to put them in for about 3 minutes. Okay, folks, I've pulled them out and they've had an extra 2 minutes, and as you can see, that is now, oh, that's hot. That's puffed up lovely. So an extra 2 minutes, so 10 minutes on the main side. Take them out, turn them over, because you ain't got to worry about that sticking like it did on the first one we done, because we basically turned it over too soon, folks, look. So 10 minutes on the main side, and then just turn it over for 2 minutes once that cheese is set, and then just do the other side for the other 2 minutes. And there you go. Oh, look at them. We'll leave them for now, folks, and we'll come back to them.
Turn that on.
Okay, folks, let's take a closer look at them. Okay, folks, they do look good. These ones that have only had cooking on one side are fine. They've dried out lovely once they cool off, and they're quite stiff, as you can see, so nothing wrong with doing it without turning them over, folks. The ones we did turn over just means that the bottoms on them aren't flat and they've puffed up a lot more, so you can choose whatever way you want to do them. Just like the first one we done, which we didn't turn over, it was okay. The bottom, again, is a little bit flat, and when you do turn them over, just for an extra couple of minutes, that bottom does brown off as well and puff up a little bit as well. They're like little puffy pillows, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Right, come on, baby, what one do you want to go for?
I'm going to go for the funny looking one.
Right, well, that's me, baby. In you go.
Then dressing on the top of the bagels, you can really dip that seasoning with the garlic, and you can really taste that, and that's a good idea. I could have put chutney inside these.
Well, of course you can. This just gives people something to work from as a starting point. But we've shown a few different techniques here, Shao. And the thing is that they can now go away, rather than say there's one certain way to do it. If you don't turn them over, it's one way. If you do turn them over, you get a slightly different effect. Right, can I go in now? I felt I'm going to go for one of the first ones we done. Let's take one of them bottom ones there, folks. I feel like Winston Churchill. Right, Shell. I'm going in. Oh. Oh, the crunch, folks. It is, it's there, the crunch is there. Oh, you know, don't you? That is a delight. All you need is your meal starting off. You've got the table laid out, it's all laid out. Two of them as a little amuse-bouche at the beginning of your meal. Set you up a treat. They're not dry at all, folks.
These are nice for your Christmas Eve when you don't want to do a lot of cooking, and just like have a little buffet out, little cold meats and things, you know, just little nibbles.
The salty overtones, and you say that bagel dressing or sauce we put on the top, sauce, the seasoning on the top.
It's got garlic in it as well, and you
yeah.
can really taste that.
And also you can taste the sesame seeds as well, folks. They are a triumph. Now I've seen many videos on there doing these, but loads of different techniques. This is just a technique we're using, and what we found out by us doing it for the first time as well, folks. We've never made these before, but all I'm saying to you is they have come out an absolute treat. Look at that, look. Fingers of joy, Sharon. You love fingers of joy, don't you? Anyway, folks, we'll let that one go. Just like we like puffy pillows as well, Sharon.
I like a puffy pillow.
Of course you do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, folks. Hope you can take something from this. As I say, it's the some people might say they've got soggy bottoms, but when they dry out, after you've let them cool off, they do firm up, as you can see there. Look, that's holding its shape there. And that bottom is probably due to the texture of the cheese sitting in the bottom as well. But if you want the pastry to...
Because we're not tight with our cheese.
Yeah, that's right. We've got loads of cheese in there, folks. If you want the pastry to puff up a bit, slide a knife under them to pull them off of the old greaseproof paper or whatever. And turn them over for a couple of minutes, just like we did with these little pillows of joy, and they're fantastic. Look at that. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that one, folks. We'll see you again in some of our other videos.
With another Christmas video coming next.
Yep. And I hope you liked our roast dinner one, which we've done for our Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again in the next video. And until then, baby.
Like, share and subscribe, people.
And come and join us on Sunday at 8 PM in the evening, UK time, for our... not live vlog, it's our premiere vlog, which we do where you've got a live chat box there.
And we're in the chat box if I can get to my computer.
Anyway, thanks very much, folks. See you next video. And until then,
bye.
Bye for now. They're fantastic. Ooh, Sharon.